Hi, I'm Mike McCormick here at GBTA Broadcast Studio in Frankfurt, and I'm here with Arlene Coyle, who's the CCO of Sales and Marketing, Global Head Corporate Solutions Sales and Marketing for Amadeus.
That is
I got
just
that
about
right? Terrific.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
It's a pleasure, Mike.
So, got buyers from all over Europe, got certainly a number of issues that they're facing, everything from duty of care to maybe more of the traditional issues around savings and value that they're always grappling with. What do you think in the coming years going to be the biggest issues, or what's going to be around everybody's minds next year as we head into a new year?
So this is an industry, Mike, that you know is driven by change.
Yes.
And the one thing that is constant is the fact that there is change happening in the industry.
Of course.
For the past number of years, that change has been driven primarily by technology, and that will continue to be the case going forward.
Great.
But I think what we're going to see more and more is the impact of travelers, traveler expectations, and what travelers need from a travel program as one of the key drivers of change going forward. I believe today that we've got corporations, in particular CHRs, in corporations looking at travel through the eyes of the individual, because there is, I believe, a recognition now in the industry that if you manage to keep your travelers in an environment and in a program that's managed, keep them safe, give them that experience, there's nothing more important than a virtual workforce than the travelers that you have working for you. So I think that the biggest change going forward will be the travelers themselves, that will bring with them a new set of expectations and a new set of technology that we will see emerging as the new trends.
Yeah, so when you think about all that and all that they're grappling with, I mean, what new opportunities exist for them to enhance their programs? Is it broadening into some of these other areas? Is it focusing on the core? What do you think the...
If I look to where we're at today, this is an industry as well that has been traditionally travel has been looked at either through the eyes of expense only or through the eyes of booking. And what we're seeing in Amadeus, we recently commissioned a white paper as well to validate some of our assumptions on this, is what is the true value and the ROI of business travel, and what can corporations and companies do to maximize the opportunities they have. What we're seeing is there's actually 5 lenses that a corporation needs to look at, and it's not only travel and expense.
Right.
So it starts at the sourcing stage. So you need to have access to the right content, because by having the right content, you automatically get a program that is somehow wrapped up as it relates to, I know I can manage my spend because I have the right content in the platform.
Right. And
you get travelers engaged because they're booking the content that they know is in the systems. The second stage is actually the buying phase. So you look at the sourcing stage, which is fundamental. The buying stage, equally important. How do you actually acquire that? Relatively low use today of managed travel spend when it comes to corporate cards. So I think there's opportunities there to look at that space. I did mention the travelers in what's going to drive change going forward. Travelers, duty of care, and meeting travelers' expectations through technology is a third stage. So how do you actually build technology into your platform that your travelers are going to use? We looked at this up until now very much through a booking phase, so the classic, what I would call SBT. But now what we're seeing is that the bookings are happening in different interaction points. They're happening through chat, they're happening through Salesforce applications, through CRMs, they're happening through Booking and Outlook, for example. So bringing that to where the traveler sits and making it an interactive experience is a third part of the 5 steps that I think are fundamental to really manage a program, and where opportunities still exist today. Fourth part, we'll not go too far into that, is expense.
Right.
Everybody focused very much on expense,
Right.
focused very much on the booking. And the fifth part, I think, is that feedback loop.
Yeah.
The important feedback is this the right thing for you, and be able to adapt. So multiple opportunities across the various steps of the program to optimize. Don't look at the travel part, don't look only at the expense, look at it holistically.
Yeah, when we met with all our committee leadership a few months ago, the 2 biggest things they talked about over and over again was kind of this overarching duty of care, which incorporates all the 5 steps you're talking about. Yeah. But also, it was communication. It was a lot of it is just good old-fashioned, how do I communicate all of this information with my travelers, within my programs, within my company, and like you said, in a useful way, leverage all the tools they have.
Yeah.
You know, it's some of it's common sense in a way, but it's not. It's highly complex, right?
Common sense is very, very, very over. It's a value that doesn't exist that much today. So bringing that into the travel process would certainly help many of us as well. I mean, at the end of the day, it has to work for. There's 3 parties in any travel process. There is the traveler, there is the corporation, and then there is the servicing partner.
Right.
So and behind that you have the technology. Behind that you have the suppliers. So these people need to work together to make it work for everyone. And
Right.
if you look at if you focus too much on one part of the chain and not on the whole chain, then you're not going to get the most from your program,
Right.
or from your overall budget, or from your travelers.
Right.
So don't ask yourself why they're booking out of program if you haven't engaged with them.
Right.
Then that's probably a good reason why.
And booking out a program may not be a bad thing. It may be the best way to accomplish the objective in that situation.
It could be, but then we need to bring it back in so that when we do go back to
Right.
the duty of care aspect, is that we know where travelers are at any point in time. So booking out of program, but in a managed way, makes sense. And
Right.
here's why are they booking out of program? Is the technology not right? Is
Right.
it not at is it not
Right.
convenient? Is it
Right.
not usable? So this is a little bit the conundrum that we're in right now. How do we solution all of that?
But back to that feedback loop, you have
Yes.
to know it to understand how to fix it. Right?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And it's a responsibility of the travelers and the travel managers to work on that feedback loop. So this isn't the role of the data experts in the company, it's not the role of the HR expert, it's the entire process and the feedback loop across
Yep.
an organization that's important.
Yep. Terrific insights from Arlene, Coyle, and Amadeus. I'm Mike McCormick here at GBTA Broadcast Studio here in Frankfurt.
Thank you very much.